Hey, what's going on, everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. Cryptocurrencies are pulling back today after their recent run-up, and that's something that I said was very probable. We could even fall a bit lower. I'm not concerned either way. I think that we're going to get a bounce pretty soon, and in fact, we currently on the charts we have an indecisive candlestick, which even means that we could move higher from here. So I'll talk about that in more detail in just a second, but a pretty minor pullback. With that being said, there's some cryptocurrencies that are actually doing well here. Stellar Lumens being one of them. It actually got some very big news today, and the market is reacting positively to that. So it's up 17%, and it's gotten a lot of good news recently, right? It's one of the coins that Coinbase is looking to add on its platform. So, everything combined, it's really pushing the prices higher, and I'll be talking about some news surrounding that. But very good developments for Stellar are coming through. Now, don't forget to check out my technical analysis master course. I have a very big discount running right now, and there's a limited amount of discount codes available. So the discount is for 70% off, and you can get that by using the code TRT70 at checkout. That'll save you $700 off the normal price of the course, and you'll be getting it for only $297. So huge discount. This course is very valuable in my opinion and contains all my years of trading experience and knowledge inside of it. If you're not satisfied within 30 days, you can get your money back. So you really have nothing to lose by trying this out. Link to the course in the description of this video. And don't forget to check out as well my Twitter. There's also a link to that in the description of this video. With that being said, we're going to jump right into the news. So first off, I wanted to talk about Mark Lasry, who believes that Bitcoin is heading for $40,000 and actually invested 1% of his personal net worth in Bitcoin. So over here we can see that basically the hedge fund manager felt that the price of Bitcoin would eventually reach between anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000, which I think is a pretty reasonable prediction, even in the shorter time frame. And I think that that's even a price range that we could reach this year if things go well. For that, we'd obviously have to get back above $10,000 and even $20,000, maybe even test $50,000 and then pull back from there. But it is a possible level to attain even this year. Of course, that would require a pretty big bull run, but definitely by next year, I think that is a very achievable price range, right? I think that that's pretty reasonable. So I did want to mention that, and let's get right into that Stellar news. Also going to add on, talking about Bitcoin right before I jump into Stellar, that the trading volume is up 100% from its recent lows. And that's significant because over the past few months, Bitcoin's volume and cryptocurrency trading volume in general has dropped significantly. Now, I'm not someone that pays necessarily that much attention to volume. It is important. Some people really swear by it. But it is good nonetheless, right? We did want to see an increase in trading volume, and especially here, considering the breakout that we had, this is a very good sign. And we needed volume to go back up for any type of bull run and bullish momentum to start turning around. So this is a good thing nonetheless. And getting towards that Stellar Lumen news. So basically, Stellar got its first USD anchor, and that's a huge step towards adoption. And basically, for those who don't know, one of the most important turning points for coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash is that they have an easy on-ramp from fiat currencies into cryptocurrency. So, of course, coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum are on the Coinbase app, where you can, just basically convert your dollars into Bitcoin or Ethereum. Now, a lot of other altcoins don't have that, right? You have to trade directly from Bitcoin into another altcoin. So the fact that you can get in right away in US dollars is a huge change, and it also makes it, much more likely for people to actually use it more and use it to do more trading, etc., right? Don't forget that the Stellar protocol is still very early and has a lot of potential. So this is going to open up a lot of doors and is not, news that you can just look over, right? This is a pretty big deal. I'm not going to go through the whole Medium article, but basically, the Stronghold Exchange has been working with IBM to explore, uses for a USD blockchain business network, and this news actually helped push Stellar higher than the market cap of Litecoin, which makes sense to me, right? It's not to dig on Litecoin or anything, but At the end of the day, Stellar has a lot of stuff going for it right now, so it makes sense that it's really climbing up that ladder here as far as the market cap is concerned. Now let's go ahead and jump right into the technical analysis, starting off with Bitcoin. So what happened here is we got our big run up. We actually ended up breaking higher than our upper Bollinger Band, which is always a tricky situation to be in because multiple things can happen when you're in this situation. One of them is that you just continue to get a very strong run up in a short amount of time. Another is that you start to slow down and then you re-enter the Bollinger Band range, right? Which usually ends up happening, sooner rather than later. But you can get, several days still above the Bollinger Bands. Now at this point, we did put a higher low compared to the previous candlestick, and we're still trading above the upper Bollinger Band. So still, we still have some strength here, and the buying volume was really good as well. But the fact that we got, a little bit of a doji candlestick makes me think that we may start to slow down and re-enter the Bollinger Band range. And like I've been saying, right, you do have to be cautious because there is a possibility that we go back and test the breakout area. That usually ends up happening like we had back here, right? We broke out, and then we end up testing that breakout area to kind of close that gap. So that is something that usually happens, and that's just a healthy sign, healthy price action. But there is also a possibility that we do move higher. For that to be confirmed, though, we would need our next candlestick to probably break higher than $7,600, right? So if that doesn't happen, we'll probably be re-entering our Bollinger Band range and maybe even moving back towards $7,000 or $6,800 to kind of close that breakout area once and for all. Now, with that being said, we're still looking strong, and I don't think we're going to be moving below $6,800. So as long as we're above that, no real reason for concern. And keep in mind that we even have a new uptrend line now that's beginning. So the path is upwards still, in my opinion. Let's go ahead, take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is currently still above its symmetrical triangle formation, of which it broke to the upside of. And right now, we're still uptrending on the indicators, still uptrending on the price. We did start to find resistance at $500, and we got this red candlestick. So I think we might move just a bit lower to our middle band, get a bounce off that, and probably start slowly but surely moving higher from there. It is also possible that we go back and test our uptrend line, get a bounce there as well, and start moving higher. Either way, I think that we're going to manage to hold the uptrend here. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Litecoin, see what's going on. Litecoin is currently also facing resistance at its upper Bollinger Band this time around, and we can see this longer upper wick, which means that buyers weren't able to sustain this price level just yet. A lot of selling volume here. So indicators still looking strong, but it looks like we are going to be seeing a pullback probably towards the middle band here at around $80. Probably going to get a bounce off that and then move slowly but surely higher from there. Unless we're able to get a very quick reversal, right, which is possible since we are still technically in breakout mode, but it would really have to be in the next 24 hours that we make, a new high and start pushing higher again, which at this point seems a little bit unlikely, right? It seems like we do need to pull back a bit. Let's go ahead, take a look at Nano now, see what's going on. So we're going to take a look at the Binance chart, and Nano is moving back towards 38,000 Satoshis. I think that we're basically still in this range right now. I'm going to go ahead and throw in our horizontal support and resistance levels, but basically we've really just been continuously trading between around 35,000 Satoshis and 40,000 Satoshis. I think this is going to continue a little bit longer, but as long as we're in this range, there's nothing to worry about, right? As long as we don't move lower than 35,000 Satoshis. Let's go ahead, take a look at Ripple next, see what's going on. So we're going to take a look at the Bittrex chart here. And Ripple also started pulling back already. A lot of selling volume. We dropped back below 50 cents, which is unfortunate, but I think that we'll be able to move back above that pretty quickly here. We're also on our 50 line on the RSI, so we could get a bounce pretty quickly if that's what's going to happen across the market. But otherwise, we'll probably be testing the middle band, which is right over here at around 46 cents. So we basically almost tested it already today. So probably not going to see much more downside from here. And we should be ready to move up pretty quickly at this point. Let's go ahead, take a look at NEO, see what's going on. NEO didn't get through its bigger resistance level just yet, so we're going to talk about that and see what's going on. But we did unfortunately put in a lower high compared to the previous high back here. With that being said, if we're going to start moving higher soon, that doesn't really matter. We did complete our U-shaped bounce, which is good, and I think that we're just facing a little bit of a consolidation phase, tiny consolidation phase before getting that next attempt at $43. Right now we're basically just a tad above our middle band, and we still have our Bollinger Bands that are moving higher, so I think that this will allow us to get a move pretty soon here back towards attempting $43, And as soon as we get back above that, that's really going to allow for much more momentum to build. I'm also going to just draw out our shorter term uptrend line just to get an idea of where we might find some support in the shorter term as well. Let's go ahead, take a look at our next crypto, which is going to be EOS, and see what's going on. So taking a look at the EOS chart, we can see that we actually started to face resistance here from two resistance levels, 12,000 Satoshis and our middle band, which are pretty much in line. Understandable that we're finding some trouble getting above that just yet. And, our indicator's still a little bit on the flatter side, so EOS hasn't gotten, that full-on breakout just yet. With that being said, we did break above our downtrend line, which is already good. And if you take a look here, I drew out, I'm going to change the color so you get a better idea of what I'm talking about. If you pay attention to the blue lines here, you'll see that what's being drawn out is a symmetrical triangle formation. And this is actually, leading towards basically being flat for quite a bit of time here. We'll see if that actually ends up happening. We could always, break out of this earlier than expected. But just know that our symmetrical triangle is for now pointing towards, a move to basically where we're at right now for quite some time, right? Looks like even a few months. So hopefully that doesn't even end up taking that long. But right now we're still in this resistance area, and we'll want to look for a move above 13,000 Satoshis to really confirm a more bullish attempt at, getting higher again, right? So that 13,000 Satoshi level is really what I'm looking towards trying to get back above, and that's what's going to tell me what's going to happen next. As far as, turning a bit more bearish, we need to look at our support level at around 10,000 Satoshis. So basically, I'll put those in blue as well, so you really know those are the important levels that I'm talking about. But for the horizontal lines, we're going to be looking at the blue lines, and that's really the range that we're in right now. A move of either of those levels is going to set the trend for EOS right now. Let's go ahead, take a look at Stellar Lumens, which is up next, and see what's going on. So of course, Stellar, a lot of good news here. Got that interest from Coinbase and got that first USD anchor. Now keep in mind, right, if Coinbase adds them, there could even be another USD anchor, so that's pretty big for Stellar, and people are definitely liking this news. So huge breakout on the chart here. We're back above the 70 line on the RSI. MACD took off, huge volume spike, huge green candlestick, and we faced resistance once we reached that uptrend line. So at this point, to be honest, I think that we're probably going to pull back from here unless we're able to stretch out 1 or 2 more days of breakout, which would be pretty huge, right? That would almost put us back near our all-time high area. But I still think that we're going to need to remain in this symmetrical triangle formation, at least for now, right? If we're able to get 1 more day above this downtrend line, then I think we're going to be able to move higher from there. So that definitely is a possibility. But if we start to see that we pull back a bit, we're probably going to be reaching the end of our symmetrical triangle formation, which is at 4,000 Satoshis. That's a little bit more of the bearish scenario. Like I said, what could happen is that we're able to push 1 or 2 more days higher, and that we're fully out of the downtrend line. At that point, we'll build up a base somewhere higher, right? Which is definitely possible. But either way, this is huge news for Stellar, and I do expect it to become one of the bigger cryptocurrencies this year. It has pretty much everything going for it right now. Let's go ahead, take a look at our next crypto, which is going to be Lisk, and we're going to take a look at what's going on. So Lisk also got its break above $5.73. Pretty flat candlestick here. We have our upper wicks that are pretty big, so buyers aren't able to get that push above $6.24 just yet. Indicators still looking pretty good, volume holding up decently, but I think that we're just slowing down just a bit. Might even pull back to our uptrend line or middle band, and then from there, I think we're going to get our move towards $6.24 probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks, right? So relatively soon here, we should be already moving higher and really making that push towards $10. Let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano next, see what's going on. And we're going to take a look at the Bishwick chart for that. So Cardano also is acting good here. This is one of the coins that's being looked to add on Coinbase. And indicators looking strong, volume consistently increasing, price as well. We are putting in higher lows, higher highs, so very nice uptrend here in the short term. Going to go ahead and draw that out right now. We'll see if we're able to remain above that. It is pretty steep, but right now, the market is quite strong. So if we take a look at our resistance level at 2,500 Satoshis, we did make an attempt at getting back above that. Didn't hold this time around. If we're able to stay above our blue uptrend line right here, just a few more days, we'll be back above 2,500 Satoshis, no problem. However, if that fails, we'll probably need to consolidate right below 2,500 Satoshis just a little bit longer. Let's go ahead and take a look at our last cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update, which is going to be IOTA, and see what's going on. So IOTA faced resistance at $1.13, and we're now back in our symmetrical triangle formation, which means that we could be heading to $1 again based on where the end of the formation is. Hopefully we'll be able to get a bounce pretty quickly here off our middle band and avoid, reaching the end of that formation and getting back above $1.13, hopefully within the next week. Definitely a possibility if we're able to get a nice bounce off our middle band. And if that happens, we'll have avoided a slowdown here. Let's look forward to that. And with that being said, we're going to end this video here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to check out my technical analysis master course. Once again, you can use code TRT70 to get 70% off and get this course for only $297, which is a steal considering that it could make you tens of thousands of dollars. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.